So I'm not really sure quite what happened. Um, I had been uploading these videos directly from my iPad to my YouTube channel. Somewhere along the lines, my iPad was telling me that they had uploaded, but they in fact did not. So it looks like I'm a few days past due, but I am not. Let me think. So that would make today. Today's actually day 16. I spent a few days developing the line work a little bit further. Um, I was discussing the page with the guy I study under, Glenn Vilpu, trying to figure out, put together what sort of hangups I'm having with taking this further. And he had suggested that when it comes to getting to a finalized inking, or a finalized inked comic book page, that it makes it a lot easier if with the pencils you take it as far as you possibly can to really determine what lines you want. So you can see right here with the pencil work, I took it pretty far. You can see details in the trees, details in like even the little mushrooms on the ground and like the branches and all that kind of stuff. Because I tried inking it a couple times and I kind of got lost along the way. Inking is a new thing for me, and it's certainly a skill in itself that I've never really played around with much. So at first, and then that was the other piece that Glenn had told me. He said that you need to sit down and stop and decide specifically what the style is that you want to show, exactly how you want your blacks laid in, exactly what you're using to show form, and with the two-dimensional elements you're using and the three-dimensional elements and how those are being communicated. So here you can see me kind of playing around, deciding like spotting blacks here and there, trying thicker lines, thinner lines, that kind of thing. Somehow along the lines, I think at this point here, I kind of strangely fell into almost a Philip Craig Russell kind of lining style. I think this is the pass where went into that, which I was surprised. He's I appreciate his art. I like his work, but what I'm consciously trying to get at is someone more like Tom Coker or the heavy black line guys, this sort of kind of Orwell style kind of thing. Which I've spoken to Tom Coker about it, and he says that to get there, one of the things you want to do is really study Orwell film stills and stuff. And I did spend a long time where I was kind of pausing Orwell frames and drawing it just with a Sharpie in black to kind of pick out how you lay blacks in. But I'm still, like you can see here, I'm still having a hard time with that, so I'm still practicing that. But yeah, overall, I think it's going pretty good. I'm definitely taking it a lot further than I thought I would, which I feel really good and confident about. And now I'm 16 days into this 100 days of making comics thing, which I'm really impressed about. I think this is one of the better, attempts at it. I think this is the one that I was talking about with the Phil Craig Russell kind of thing. If you can see the way that I'm showing the forms with the kind of separated lines going around and very clean. My wife didn't like a lot of this because she said it looked too clean and too sterile when I take the sketch away. That's why you see me keep taking the sketch away. She kept saying like it keeps coming out too sterile and too cold. So at the very end I ended up trying like a really crazy over the top blacks thing that actually kind of looked good. But anyways, so yeah, I'm at day 16. I'm feeling pretty good about it. This is certainly the furthest I've ever gone with this sort of thing. I'm learning a lot, I feel like. It's nice. My class with Vilpu just ended like 2 weeks ago. I think right at the beginning of me trying this 100 days thing. I was able to chat with him one time since then, and then his next class starts on Monday, and that's going to be a composition class where I think I'm going to keep working on stuff like this. I'm actually kind of thinking I'm going to be done with this page here pretty soon. I think one thing I want to try actually is, I'm realizing a mistake I made, which was not starting with the proper, I guess, orientation of the page, where it's like, I don't know how well the size is going to line up to like an 11 by 17 comic page, which that was pretty stupid of me, but that's okay. So I'm going to try to fit this onto an 11 by 17. I'm going to take it down and get it printed and print a couple copies and try traditionally inking it. See if traditional inking works a little bit better for me. I don't know why, I just had a really hard time inking this. And like I said though, like inking is a new thing for me, so who knows. I also feel like her neck is a little long in the bottom panel. I wasn't really comfortable about that. I should probably actually go in and change it, but I'm trying to just keep myself going instead of getting wrapped up and stuck in and just trying to be a perfectionist with different things, and just trying to get to a finished page where at the end I can step back and look and see what I've done and analyze it with things like, oh, I don't like the way her neck looks. You know, she looks, I would like it if her face was a little softer, a little chubbier. Like in the top panel, I feel like her face is rounder and she has a rounder chin. In the bottom panel, you know, it's looking a little more squared, that kind of thing. But overall, I think it's, you know, yeah, I'm surprised I've made it this far, actually, to be honest. I don't know, it's just, part of it is I just have this weird, like I've been mentioning multiple times before, these just like hang-ups where I don't want to finish it, I don't want to get to the end, and I get these sort of blocks that stop me. But it's going pretty good, and I had a really good day yesterday at my life drawing, so I'm keeping up all my other practices while doing this. I go to life drawing twice a week for about 3 or 4 hours, just unscheduled drawing from the model. Oh, and here's where my wife kept telling me it's too sterile, and I was saying it looks like a Philip Craig Russell kind of thing. And so my wife was like, no, look at Tom Coker, I know that's what you want. Look at his stuff and just come in and just try getting crazy and just throwing blacks down and seeing how they feel and how they stick, kind of thing. So I did that, you know, for about maybe 45 minutes this morning, and I actually was really liking where it was coming along. It's just in where she's at, and I think I hit the page or the tree right behind her a little bit. And that's sort of where I'm at right now. And I'm actually really liking that. I think it looks really dynamic. It kind of like pops really well. I feel like you really catch the light on that left leg, and the light hitting on the left from her shoulder. So I might, and this is on a different layer, so I might go through and just completely re-ink it all again in this kind of weird haphazard black style that I was coming up with, and see what comes from that. So I don't know, yeah, I'll play around with that a little bit more, and then try the traditional thing. I need to set up some way to record the traditional page inking. I have my iPad, I guess I can set up my iPad next to it, but that'll be a messy experience, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I've now completed day 16. Half of my videos in between there didn't get uploaded, but here's the last, I think the last 3 days we're inking this. So yeah, thanks.